Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to laser etch raw aluminum. I'd say about 99% of the aluminum that we process here in the shop is actually anodized. So this and this are the same thing. The difference is this has an atomic coating on it, and then what we do is we use your laser to bleach and etch the surface of it to give it a nice off-white result. Now we're doing exactly the same thing on here. The only difference is there's no anodizing. Some of our clients actually do a clear anodizing and we ended up with the same white result, but this has no anodizing whatsoever. Now, because it's so rare that in my shop we actually process raw aluminum to do any branding on, as you saw with this version here that is anodized, I didn't account for any warping issues that would possibly happen due to heat. Again, aluminum doesn't hold any heat like stainless steel, so I thought it doesn't matter how long the laser does its work, nothing will happen. Well, of course, something happened. If you notice on the video when it was being laser etched, top to bottom, you would have noticed this corner here slowly comes up, maybe roughly, what, 1/8 or 3 millimeters. It's almost nothing, but it's just enough to affect the focus to go from an etching, as you see here, to a polishing, which you see here. Now, if this was stainless steel, what would happen is you go from etching to annealing. So it's a different process, but it's the same sort of idea. You end up with a different visual result. So if I were in the future to account for this, the easiest solution would be actually just to use double-sided tape and stick it to something strong so that it won't warp. Now the process here is incredibly slow compared to the anodized, because the anodizing we're bleaching and etching, while this one here we're just straight etching. It's about as slow as doing actually stainless steel. And the process actually looks really cool. And it's just right on the surface. So it's relatively clear. You run your finger over it, it's definitely rough. And it looks fine to me. But for actual productions like this here, if you do a clear coat on the anodizing, then we get the speed again in the bleaching. If it's just raw, well then we'll use a different process here in the shop to actually do it economically at this scale. The other thing that is kind of nice about this process here is that we can actually go into the aluminum as well. With the stainless steel, because it's such a hard material, it takes a lot of time to get deep into it. And generally what I do is I just use a sandblaster for that anyways. But we can use a laser to also etch into aluminum. So if you're looking for custom aluminum etching, branding, whatever you want to call it, contact me at CNCKing.com. We can do it any size, any shape. We can cut it with a plasma, we can cut it with a laser. We could do a whole bunch of really cool stuff for you. And the nice thing is we do it for you and we ship it right to your door.